And so I got to speak to Keith Palmer, who's the head of the comedy school, and Mr. C. So they were asking me about how I feel about comedy and stuff, and they were just like, look, if you're not going to take it seriously, then there's no point in wasting your money and our time. How often you gigging? And I was like, well, I really gigged for a couple, and they was like, it doesn't really sound like you're that serious. So here's a good place to start properly.
Right.
And yeah, it was a great place. And
right. Can you remember that your first gig at the comedy school and the person who hosted and saw you? It was
yourself. Yes, exactly.
I was the first one.
I had another story. I had another story about you, but yeah, I remember you. Yeah, and that set went well, man. I remember. I thought it went really well, but
yeah.
Probably one of the best. Like in terms of like when I started out, probably one of the best gigs I did. And I tell that even now, like sometimes I'll go to the comedy school and like do some courses and like talk to the students there and say as well that it's set up to make it the nicest gig ever, which you definitely did. But yeah, again, your name was heard on radio first before I ever met you.
Okay, that's a good thing, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
But I remember you.
Your name's on radio. To me, you're famous. So
yeah,
I was like, oh.
well, not as famous as you at this moment in time, Dane. Yeah. I remember that first gig, and I remember speaking to you after saying, "My God, brother," because you stood out amongst. There was about, I don't know how many. It was about 15. I don't know.
Yeah, about 15.
It was a load of you, and you definitely stood out. And I said, "This guy has got some serious potential." And the fact that you stood out, because I knew from the beginning you was different.
Yeah,
your style was different. You was different, and I couldn't put you. You know, sometimes they get comedians or you get individuals, and you put them in a bracket or put them in a certain place. There was no place for you. You was just you. Yeah. And I said, my God, this guy's different, and that's where it went on from there. So you went on from the comedy school, right?
Yeah.
Go on. You got something to say. Go on.